Hi everyone, long time no see. If you're new around here, my name is Octavia and I make YouTube videos about my life, my hobbies, my stationery business, and whatever little cozy things that just spring up into my mind randomly. As a very, very whimsical person that has been called that my whole entire life, sometimes I do things on a whim and sometimes I can be a little sporadic. So that's why I haven't filmed a video in 3 months. I just haven't had the intense calling to do it like I had, previously. And I just wanted to take a break and focus on creating content for my stationery business over on Instagram and TikTok, and it has been going amazing. It's not like I disappeared from the internet. I just disappeared from YouTube. But I'm ready to come back and through a new avenue, live streaming, which I'm actually really, really nervous to be doing right now. The idea of you guys seeing me mess up live and knowing that I can't cut the cameras whenever I can't string together a coherent sentence. So frustrating, but I'm gonna do my best. Okay, so what I want to talk about today is, as you can tell from the title, whimsy and how we can be more whimsy in our everyday lives. Okay, like I said, whimsical my whole entire life. Okay, so I do have a lot of tips that I think would be helpful. So, as we can tell, your life isn't boring. It's just lacking whimsy. And I have a technical definition that I want to bring up so that I'm making sure that I'm not speaking out of my ASS. Let me share my screen with you. Let's see. Uh-oh. Are we already having technical difficulties? Oh no! Oh, here it is. Okay, here is the technical definition of whimsical: playful, quaint, or fanciful, especially in an appealing and amusing way, acting or behaving in a capricious manner. Okay, let me go back. Let me end. Oh, almost end the stream. Let me stop sharing. Okay, so with that technical definition, I am going to share my own definition of what it is and what people have told me. Okay, so, basically, I like to think of whimsy as being spontaneous, being fun, being exciting, in a way that comes natural to you, okay? Everybody's whimsy is going to look different depending on who you're talking to. Like, my whimsy looks different than my friends, my family's, and that's what makes it so unique. So I'm just going to be giving you guys some ideas of where you can start off if you're feeling like bored, if you're feeling like, okay, if you're the kind of person that says no more than you say yes, and you want to be the kind of person that just says, you know what, even though I don't feel like being active or filming a video or cooking myself a nice meal, I'm going to do it anyways. I'm just going to do it for shits and giggles to see what it will be like. That, to me, whimsical. I don't know if it's going to go the way that I think it is, but I'm going to try it anyways just to see. And then, like, you just got to have, like, this jovial energy. Like, you can't, like, expect for certain things to work out all the time. If you keep, like, your energy light and you're just like, I wonder if XYZ will go the way that I intend, and just try, let it unfold in front of you, I feel like you'll really, 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 really like feel that whimsy take over. You realize like, oh wait, I have so much autonomy over my life that I don't have to like feel so confined and feel so bored. You should never be bored. I don't think I've experienced boredom ever in my life. So let's get into some hobbies, okay? I have my little stack of hobbies right here that I like to do. And keep in mind, these hobbies, I have no goals for them. I'm not trying to get to an expert level of them. It's just something that I'm doing to take my mind off of work or off of stress or off of, the politics that are going on in the world, because they're so awful and messed up, and it just like consumes your mind and you try not to think about it because you realize just how little authority that you have over that, but you have so much authority over how you live your life. And so I want to start off with my watercolors. Da-da-da. Once again, they are kind of bad. Okay, there it is. Well, hold on, that's not bad. You can very obviously tell that this is a leaf, like a maple leaf and some acorns. Cute. And 30 minutes doing a like beginner level watercolor just makes you feel so like life is worth living. It's like, oh wait, life isn't so bad. Like I can chill out on my couch and I can play some music that I really enjoy, or I can watch an anime, or I can watch a movie and just exist, and everything is okay. That's how I feel whenever I start painting. So cute. Hold on, let me show a really good one. I know I have a really good one, I think. Hold on. Okay. I kind of take back about what I say about it being really, really good. You can tell that I was trying to create some depth here. And once again, no intentions of it being worthy to hang in the Louvre. It's just something to do. So yeah, I would 102% recommend some watercolors. There are so many affordable options. You do not have to spend $200 on a watercolor kit in order for it to be cozy, in order for it to add a little whimsy into your life. Here's a little tangent. I hate the idea of people feeling like in order to do a hobby, to be cozy, that they have to invest so much money into it. Like that's not going to make you stick to the hobby more. It's like your intentions that behind it, your genuine, real intentions is what is going to make you gravitate towards a watercolor set instead of your phone. Okay? It's not the cost. Oh my god. Like do not spend so much money on your hobbies, especially if you are just starting out. Please, I beg you, don't do that. It's crazy because especially if you don't have the money, you're just like trying to get your toes wet. You're trying to welcome in little pieces of whimsy into your life. Like you don't have to spend $200 on a watercolor or markers, because like I see that coloring books are becoming really popular again. I follow a YouTube creator on here. Her name is Uncomfy Co. Tammy, and I see a lot of her videos about her coloring book and just trying to take her mind off of everyday life by coloring. So and I've seen videos on TikTok of people using these like really trendy coloring books, and they're spending like lots of money on markers, and you don't have to do that in order to like use a coloring book. You can even use crayons from the Dollar Tree. You can use Crayola. It's not, it's not about the utensils. It's about your state of mind. So the next hobby that I want to get into is journaling. So I have a lot of journals, and they are all dedicated to very different things. For example, this journal is dedicated to my drawing and sketching, and sometimes I'll add little thoughts, feelings, little blurbs to my drawings. Like this one is just literally the lyrics to Love Song by Bia Badoobie, and I just drew how the song makes me feel, right? So in the song, she mentions a train passing her by, and she's thinking about how her lover is like, she calls her lover to drive the train back because like he's on her mind all the time. And yeah, so I drew a train. I drew a little, oh my gosh, is this a peony? Is that what I meant to draw? No, this isn't a peony. What is it called? A pansy. I drew a pansy, and I drew a heart that with headphones on. Isn't that cute? To me, that's what whimsy is all about. It's just like little random cute shit that you may not really acknowledge, you know, when you're so consumed with stress and bills and like your goals, societal pressures. That stuff like sucks up every ounce of whimsy you could have possibly had, and it crumbles it up and it throws it in the trash, and you'll never see it again, and you're like, oh my god, why am I so depressed? Why can't I get out of bed and it's 5 o'clock? Yes, because the world is still your whimsy. And this is how you bring it back. You bring it back with journaling. You bring it back with painting. You bring it back with reading. Okay, so as of filming this live stream, I think Wuthering Heights came out last week, right? Yeah, it came out on the 14th. And I started reading Wuthering Heights myself because I realized that it was getting a lot of pushback online about some of the choices that it made with its casting. And I was like, okay, let me see what, you know, all of this confusion and all of this animosity towards this new film coming out is. And I'm reading this book, and I'm like, oh wait, no wonder that this movie is getting so much pushback. The character Heathcliff that they removed from this modern adaptation is supposed to be a person of color. There are so many references to Heathcliff being a gypsy. Obviously not a white English person, and that plays such a pivotal role in his and Catherine's relationship. And I don't understand actually I do understand the need to change him. I think it's disgusting, but would 110% recommend the book over the movie. I will not be watching the movie in theaters. I will look at it when it comes to like HBO or Prime. But yeah, I will not be giving my actual dollars to it because I don't believe in that. Oh my god, what did I bring this up for? See, if I was like recording this, I probably would have cut that part out because it's a tangent. But since I'm live, I'm just gonna carry on. The reason why I grabbed this book from my stack of hobbies is because I think that reading makes you more whimsical. It makes you more curious, which will feed your whimsy because it's that curiosity. It's the what if I string together these random bits and bobs and try and make an outfit work, or try and make this painting with mixed media work, or just reading feeds your curiosity. It forces your mind to try and paint a picture of the words that you're reading. So a little random fact about me, I can actually see things in my mind. That sounds so crazy. You know, like, okay, if you close your eyes and you try to imagine an apple, I can imagine an apple. Sometimes it can be in great detail, and sometimes it is so very faint, and sometimes I can't see anything at all. But I would say a majority of the time, I can paint a picture in my head with just reading something or literally just thinking about something. And so I think that reading books, if you're a kind of person that can do that as well, because it's very rare, apparently, reading books obviously will help feed that and make it stronger. And I feel like that's why I'm able to make my videos come to life in the way that I do, because I'll set up scenes in my head. Like I imagine me journaling at the park underneath this big, beautiful tree that has these leaves that just go on and on and on. And I imagine the next scene, like there's me walking in through the forest, and then I stumble upon like XYZ. Like I am able to make my videos so good because I have a very clear image of it in my head. And I think that it's because I spend so much time trying to feed my whimsy by doing little hobbies like this that force me to think. Um, that really helps me excel in that way. So if you want to excel in your creativity, totally recommend reading and drawing. Oh yeah, this is just another book, for example. I've been trying to draw the herbs that are in these two books that I recently got. This one is called the Herbal Handbook. I got it from Five Below for $5. And yeah, I just draw these little things. I use it for my photography when I'm taking pictures of my stationery. It's a multi-purpose kind of thing. Oh, okay, that leads me to my next point. So I think another thing that makes you more whimsical as a person is being resourceful, right? So, for example, this literally is just a book. It is here to give you knowledge and give you information about herbs, okay? That is its function. But the way that my mind works is, oh, wait, I love the herbs that are in this book. This very specific color palette works really well with, for example, this bookmark that'll be coming to my website very soon. What if I use this book as a prop for my photography to really enhance the themes that are going on here, right? And I think a lot of people don't know how to be resourceful and repurpose the things that they already have in their everyday life to just make it feel different. And to be like beneficial in like many different ways. Like this, I've learned, what was it, catnip? I learned a little bit about catnip and how it's not just good for cats, it can be good for you. And it's like, oh, like I wouldn't have known that if I didn't like read this book. So that was his first function. And now I'm able to use it because, you know, it goes well with the bookmark. And also, not only am I reading, I'm painting it as well. So I'm getting to develop my drawing skills, working on like color theory and getting better at that, you know? So I think that's what makes whimsy, and that's what makes people like more whimsy than others. Their brain's just able to connect dots in certain ways that maybe someone else won't. But yeah, just because, you know, if you aren't whimsical right now and you want to be, it doesn't mean that you can't develop that skill to like randomly put point A and B together, even though they don't really work. You somehow find a way to make it work and make it beneficial to you. I hope that makes sense. Haha. Oh yeah. Another little arts and craft thing that you could do. So on top of watercolor, ooh, I haven't used this one in a while. Gouache. It's another little thing you can do to add a little bit of whimsy and creativity into your everyday life. Yeah. And once again, this was a cheap palette because the whimsy wasn't about getting the most expensive paint set, but to just find one period so that I could try and bring my little creative ideas to life and feed them and nurture them in a fun and relaxing way. Yeah. Oh my God, I haven't even touched my matcha. Hold on, guys. Hold on. It's cold. That's okay. So yeah, those are my hobbies that I feel can help aid you on your first steps of trying to invite some whimsy into your everyday life. Okay? These are just hobbies. Now it's time to move on into the habits. Okay. I have a lot of little habits that I do that I think could help people, be a little bit more cozy, whimsical, softer, more relaxed. Okay, relaxed and cozy is like hard, same thing. Whatever. Let me share some of the things. I wrote them down in my journal because I have a tendency to forget things. Okay. Okay. First thing I want to talk about. Dishes. Okay. Maybe it's because I'm in my late 20s, but having some really, really cute dishware that feels like something a fairy would use in like a Tinkerbell film feeds my whimsy. It feeds my delusion that I am living this very romantic and wonderful life that should be special in every moment that it possibly can be. So that means, yes, even when I'm eating dinner, I've thrifted some very, 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 very beautiful dishware that you can see in my other vlogs. Once again, if you're new to the channel, I don't just live stream. This is actually my very first one. I have vlogs on my channel where I'm like bringing you along on my day to day when I'm doing fun little habits and activities, when I'm going out, when I'm cooking. So yeah, you can check that out on my account, and you will see my dishware, which I have managed to acquire in a financially accessible way without going, broke, because I don't believe that you have to be broke in order to be whimsy, because once again, it's not something that you wear. It's not something that you necessarily buy. It is innate, and you just have to find a way to bring it to life. And so once again, I then interpret that as something like, I want a floral dish set. Let me go to the thrift store and see if I can find something affordable that feeds that little passion in for me. And then I find it and I use it in my everyday life. I don't save it for special occasions because that's dumb. If I'm going to be speaking very bluntly and plainly, which I plan to do on my live streams, I think that that's dumb, and it will set you back, especially if you do not have the means to do so. And since I know that I don't, I try to live cozily, affordably. Yeah, you can do that. Did you know? So yeah, that's another example of how you can try and be whimsy in your everyday life. And it really does just make you feel like, oh wait, like this, I don't have to wait for the special moment to bring out this casserole dish or this wine glass or this really cute bowl. Like, it can be done Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, forever, literally until you perish. And that's what I plan to do. And I'm going to perish with a smile on my face because I know that I honored my whimsy and every chance. And I think that that's special. You should try and make your life special because it is so short. I don't know what the name of the film is, but you've probably seen the clip of Eddie Murphy telling us that we only have 75 summers, 75 falls, 75 winters, right? You know that clip. And I have always thought about life like that. For some reason, I've always been aware of my mortality, and knowing that I don't have any control over when I go, I'm gonna try my best to make those 75 summers count, because that's all I got. And I don't want to get to my parish bed and be like, oh, I spent so much of my life worrying about what other people thought when I could have been whimsical, when I could have been fun, when I could have been happy. Like, I don't know, y'all. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that a little sad? And I don't want to be sad. Like the title of this thumbnail, I want to be whimsical. So eat off your fancy dishware and light some candles while you're, in your home. And you can light candles when you're taking a bath. I love doing that. Literally last night, I took a very relaxing shower with this little shower bomb that's scented. My friend gave it to me. You put it in the shower with you, and the water will like slightly release the aroma. And I also had my sunlight lamp going on, and it was so cozy in there just for my shower, just for my 10-minute shower. So beautiful. And then sometimes I'll be in my living room and I will set up my table here and my coffee table with candles, with taper candles. And oh my God, it's so beautiful. I turn on my twinkly lights. Oh, you can't see them, they're clipped off, but I have twinkly lights all around my walls. And I turn those on and it literally looks like a little, I don't know, like a little forest, because I have like so much greenery in here and stuff. Like it's just so beautiful. And it makes me feel magical. And then I'll play music while the candles are going and I'm writing in my journal, or I'm reading my books, or I'm painting. There's so much to do, and it's always enjoyable. I've never not lit my candles, played some music, and felt like, man, this is just so boring. Like, I wish I didn't do this. Like, this is so lame. Like, why would I do this? You will never feel like that. You'll be like, oh my God, like, why don't I do this more often? You should do it more often, right? So yeah, the other little habits that I like to do. Oh, okay. This one is super accessible and really easy. I like to go on a lot of walks. I'm a huge nature lover. That's what my YouTube account is like majorly dedicated to. My time in nature. Photographing, biking. I literally do the same hobbies just outside. So instead of like being in my apartment, I'm now just doing them outside. And I like play little games of like, oh, like let me see if I can find an orange flower. Let me see if I can find like some sort of critter walking around, and I'll like, I'll call it out when I see it. Sometimes I try and pet it. I know that I shouldn't, but like I can't help myself. Like the Disney indoctrination really worked on me. I do think that I am the chosen one, that all the animals will like me. And so I test my luck. It's always a new vibe. It's always something different. And so yeah, I do that when I'm outside, or I like to go on really long walks. I take hour-long walks, no music. I'm literally trying to bring certain ideas that are like in my subconscious to the forefront. And you can only do that when you're in silence and your body is moving. And I notice that when I'm moving, I kind of have my best ideas. And so on these hour-long walks, I am like coming up with TikTok ideas, YouTube video ideas. This is how this came to life, why I'm finally live streaming now, is because I'm walking and I'm like, man, I wish I could be like a YouTuber. I have so many people that I look up to YouTube, and it goes well for them, and it helps feed their passions and hobbies, and it gives them a sense of community with people online. I want to do that. How can I do that? And I'm like, oh, okay, like maybe live streaming could help me be more consistent. Will it be scary? Yes. But I have been scared in the past before, and I did the thing even while I was scared, and it worked out. So I'm going to do this live stream thing, try my best, and keep it pushing. Walking did that. There are so like, oh my gosh, another tidbit to like help you bring your whimsy out. You can use your phone to make audio diaries. There's so many audio diaries I have on my notes app. Just to like bring those ideas out and then document them so that you can always reference them. And you will be surprised how many of your ideas will come to life once like you're aware of them and you're not always constantly being distracted with your phone. Yeah, your phone, and spending an excessively large amount of time watching TV. Yeah, that really helps bring your coziness and whimsy to the front of your mind. The next thing that, or nothing, my next habit that I like to do to honor my whimsy is, oh yeah, baking. That's really easy. Last year, no, not last year. I took a break. The year before last, 2024, I was baking a lot. I made some really pretty pastries. I was making bread recipes that I never made before. Like I've never baked bread before. But I was like, I wonder what it would be like if I actually made one of the recipes that I keep seeing online that I think would be so fun to try out to see if it would work for me. And it did. It worked. Because you know what? Baking is super easy. It's super easy. You just have to, make time to do it. And that was my problem. I wasn't making the time to do it. And yeah, you just can't you can't push your whimsy off. You can't, it stifles you. So that's a really fun thing that you can like do in your everyday life. I'm going to just start listing some off. Music while you're doing chores, which should be really obvious, but I have had conversations with people and they're like, oh yeah, I really don't listen to music when I'm doing chores. And then the chores don't really get done. That's no shade or no tea. It's just like I've heard people say, and I'm like, oh, well, have you tried this? It could help. It really could. It like makes you move your body. Like it makes you, or at least for me, it helps me focus when I'm doing a task to put some music on. So that's a really easy little habit that you could do whenever you need to do some chores. Oh my God. Like you could even take it a step further. Okay. First of all, I'm really corny and I'm a nerd. I will play like Renaissance fair music. Or like tavern music is what you call it. And there's a lot of playlists of that on Spotify. So that's really easy. That's really something really easy that you can do to make your life more whimsical. So you can put on some dark fantasy music, light fantasy, dark academia, like so many options there. I mentioned that already. Oh yeah. Okay. So another little thing that I like to do to add whimsy in my life is I like to make hair clips, or even just like little figurines. I have so many in my apartment. So I'm sorry if you can hear that. There's a child screaming in the background. Not my child. It's just they're loud in the apartment. What was I gonna say? That really distracted me. Hold on, guys. I'm trying to find my thought. Polymer clay. Oh, okay. Yes. So I make hair clips. So I make hair clips based off of my interests. And since I like journaling, and reading, I made a journal / book hair clip. I've made many actually. And I've made them like literally like a traditional book where you can literally see the pages like this as well. Tiny, cute, and it really just elevates my outfit. I've made journal hair clips in the shape of a heart, and it's like the journal is open, but it's literally just in the shape of a heart, and it's so cute. So those are little things that you can do to add a personal touch to like your everyday styling, and it's so unique. I know nobody else is walking around with that hair clip because I made it. Okay, unless they straight up copy my design, I know that nobody else has it. And if I do see someone else with it, it's like, I know I had it first. So yeah, that's another thing that you can do to make just like your everyday life still feels so special and magical and like it's yours. I think that's why everybody is talking about whimsy and how to be whimsical on TikTok and on YouTube. I think at the point where we are in life, it's starting to feel a little dark, a little macabre, and we're all just searching for a way to feel light, to welcome in love and positivity, and like focusing on how to make your inner world peaceful really um helps make you feel like you have autonomy, like you have power. And yeah, yeah. Let me see if I'm missing anything. Once again, this is my first live stream. I'm kind of nervous. Already, I feel like the live stream didn't go as I planned, but that's okay because it's also going better than the worst thing I imagined it could be like. So I didn't have too strict of expectations. I'm like right in the middle. And I'm very happy with that. And I know in my next live stream, it'll be even better because I have my practice now. And I think that it helps just like get the ball rolling. Now that I've done it, I don't have anything stopping me from doing the next one even quicker because I'm not catastrophizing. I'm not setting the bar too high. I'm just following the vibe. I want to make sure I didn't miss anything. La 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 la. Yeah, you know what? I think I covered all the main topics that I wanted to talk about for this specific topic. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. This live will be available for replay, so if you missed the first half, don't even worry about it. You can catch up. And yeah, just hope that you guys like this new style of content. Don't worry, I will still be doing vlogs, just not as heavily as I was in the past. Just because maybe because I'm getting older, but it's like I don't want to like constantly have my life on display and like trying to do stuff and make it content. I feel like that's another one of the reasons why it took me 3 months to even make any sort of content for YouTube. Yeah, like YouTube is a really special place, and I want to try and keep it like that, keep it curated, keep it special and meaningful, and actually have conversations that are on my brain that I think about constantly. And yeah, thank you so much for joining me. I'm so glad to be back, and I hope that you will continue along with me on my YouTube journey. Yeah, don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments. That also is like really encouraging. I am doing YouTube for myself, but like it does feel a little bit better knowing that, oh wait, people actually do like this. Okay. It's not just me. There are people here. But yeah, I'm gonna catch you guys in my next video. Okay, bye.